I've been a really big DC Comics fan for a long time, and I'd gone through so many characters looking for something that felt fresh and new, something that felt a little different from a lot of the other superhero movies that I had seen. And this one just stood out. It stood out because of Jaime Reyes and his character. It stood out because of his family. It stood out because of, the fun, the humor, and from some of the other DC movies in particular. And I just felt like it was time. It was something that was exciting for the studio and something that was exciting for the superhero genre, and just wanted to do something that felt a little different. This movie here is about a lot of things. It's about a young person trying to figure out who they are and how they fit into the world. It's about a family trying to cope with things that every family copes with, and I think people will really connect to that, really understand and see themselves in that family. Visual style is something we talked about from a very, very early stage on this movie. It felt like we had this sort of Palmera City, Miami, synthwave, vibe. It was driven by music. It was driven by color. It was driven by, this, 80s nostalgia in terms of design, in terms of, in terms of sound, in terms of, light, and all of those things have created this, I think, as you said, very unique look and feel to the film. The film's called Blue Beetle, and it just wants to be something that's bright and fun, and I think we've done a great job of accomplishing that. When we made Blue Beetle, and I think the secret to all the best movies, and especially superhero movies, is that there really is this, I call it a soft and fuzzy emotional core that has to do with humor and heart and emotion and family and relationships and conversation, but it's wrapped in this glossy, shiny shell of action and spectacle. And I think that's what this movie is. At its heart, the movie is about people, and I think when you walk away from a movie like that, you're gonna feel something. You're gonna be hopefully blown away by the action, the spectacle, the fights, the crazy gadgets, the crazy locations, but you're also actually gonna feel for the characters and fall in love with them. When we set out to do the Blue Beetle suit, we had a lot of conversations, because there's been a lot of versions sort of the suit over the years in different comics, and it's a huge challenge that every superhero movie faces to try to translate the vision of artists from the comic series into a live action suit. It was really important for us to make something that was real, something that was physical and something that was tangible, something that Xolo could put on, and we spent a lot of time with Ironhead and with our costume designers figuring that out, and even to the point of the construction of the suit has 6 coats of paint in certain places, but at the end that visceral real nature of it I think comes through in the movie really, really well. A theatrical movie is a movie where you want to stand up and cheer, where you want to laugh with people around you, where you want to ask the questions of why are those people laughing but I'm not. I think our movie delivers on all of those things in spades. It's fun. It's going to make you, kind of tap your foot. It's going to make you jump out of your chair. It's going to make you maybe even shed a tear. And that's what the enjoyment of all movies should be in a theater. And I think Blue Beetle, as I said, is the perfect movie to experience there. At some point, we were talking to the studio, and they thought it would be great to make a slight change from the comics, and rather than setting Blue Beetle in El Paso, as it is in the comics, they thought it might make sense to give Jaime and Blue Beetle his own unique city. Much like Superman has Metropolis, Flash has Central City. We loved this idea. It suddenly got brighter, it suddenly got more colorful, it suddenly got the idea of water and how it combines with this place, the idea of the different sides of a place like Miami in terms of the people that live there, the wealth that's there, other things. It provided so many awesome opportunities to create a really unique environment in a superhero genre. And again, it starts to inform the sounds, the music, the feeling, the lighting, all of these things, and I think it was an amazing choice.